So today we're going to be discussing the truth of what happened to the Leaf Village in the time skip. To do that, we have to go back to episode 1 of Boruto and analyze everything that is happening. But before we do that, you have to forget any personal theories you have made on the subject. Because if you keep all these theories in mind, you won't be able to look at this scene from a non-biased point of view. This is the mistake that I made in the past. You see, I really didn't want Kawaki to be a bad guy. So all of the theories I have made in the past revolve around the idea that Kawaki will be a good guy. Or at least, everything that he has done is not his fault. But we have to face reality and remove all biases that we currently have to find out the truth. So let's analyze the time skip scene word by word. The first line of Boruto is him saying that the age of shinobi is over. What is the age of shinobi and what does it mean when Boruto says that it is over? To understand this, we have to go back into Japanese history and the history of shinobi. So, shinobi in Japanese history are not the same shinobi that we see in Naruto and in Boruto. Shinobi were individuals who engaged in espionage, sabotages, and these type of spy missions during this time in Japan. They were very popular from the 14th century to the 17th century. However, due to the rise of technology and modern militaries, shinobi became less and less important, leading to the ultimate decline, which announced the end of the shinobi era. This is similar to what is going on right now, and we have Naruto and Sasuke as an example. First of all, they are both shinobis, and now with the rise of technologies such as cyborgs like Ida and Damien, and Karma, which Boruto, Kawaki, and Code both possess, it has now made it impossible for Naruto and Sasuke to compete with the new age of fighters. This is where the decline of Naruto and Sasuke truly begins. Even though this is sad, it sets up what Boruto and Kawaki are talking about in the time skip. The shinobi way of life is no longer effective and is not even relevant. Moving forward, Boruto says to Kawaki, "I didn't think you would go this far." And Boruto saying this goes along with the current feeling that Boruto fans have with Kawaki. This is because Kawaki's love for Naruto is a lot deeper than we all thought at first. Most of us didn't understand how deep Kawaki's love for Naruto really goes. Kawaki literally killed Naruto's son, his friend, his brother, just because he loved Naruto. The writers are telling us now through these actions that Kawaki is really capable of doing anything to protect or save Naruto. Kawaki didn't even hesitate to kill his own brother. I don't think you guys realize, but put yourself in his shoes. Wouldn't you have at least waited for a second option to occur before just killing your best friend? Kawaki didn't do that. He just killed him, and he didn't even shed a tear. With no hesitation, he killed his own brother and continued on and fought Code. Kawaki is really obsessed with Naruto, and the writers are making us know this at the current moment, as this love will truly go deeper than most of us expect. Next, Kawaki tells Boruto that he will send him to where he has sent Naruto. And we have to remember that even though Kawaki loves Naruto, it doesn't mean that he still doesn't love Boruto. This means that if he potentially finds a new place that is better than the Leaf Village, he will definitely try and bring his loved one there, which include Boruto. Then Boruto responds by saying, "Is this the only possible outcome?" And Kawaki says yes. This shows and tells us that whatever Kawaki has done, it is something so big and devastating that people like Boruto are asking, is this the only option? Which is where the possibility of Kawaki destroying the village really comes from. In addition, this goes along with Kawaki's ways. Kawaki is a very stubborn person who is set in his ways. Kawaki continues by saying the age of shinobi is over, and Boruto ends by saying that he is still a shinobi. Even though Boruto agrees with Kawaki that the shinobi era and the shinobi age is over, he still believes that he is a shinobi. This is because Boruto cannot forget about his upbringing as a shinobi. Kawaki has not been a shinobi for too long, which is why he can abandon this philosophy quite easily. However, Boruto has always been a shinobi ever since he's been born, which makes it impossible for him to let that go. So the question is, who has destroyed the village? To be honest, I currently believe that it is Kawaki and that he is doing this to accomplish his goals. Through the recent events that are occurring over the past few chapters, Kawaki is starting to realize that the village is no longer safe and that he must take Naruto somewhere else to protect him. This is what he ends up doing in the time skip. It could simply be that Kawaki takes Naruto out of the village and destroys it as he starts to become a tyrant who wants to do everything his way. It is almost like what Sasuke wanted to do in the past, where he wanted to become so powerful and take control of everything where people would fear him and in turn be forced into having peace with each other. Another possibility is that the Otsutsuki end up invading the planet, destroying the village in the process. This would force Kawaki to relocate all of his loved ones, but personally, I don't really see this happening. I would still have to go with the first option because the way Boruto speaks suggests that Kawaki has done something so big and devastating that he starts to wonder himself if that was the only option. And the only thing that I believe is big enough to cause Boruto to doubt Kawaki's actions is if he destroyed Boruto's home, Boruto's village. However, we all know that Boruto won't let this happen. So watch this video right here to find out what abilities Boruto will use to potentially defeat Kawaki.